What's up YouTube? Sam Sheffer here. Today I'm going to be testing out the new Moment lenses, the new photo case, as well as the little traveling pouch. So Moment, for those that may not know, is a lens company for smartphones. They got started on Kickstarter a couple of years ago. I bought the wide angle lens after their Kickstarter when I had my iPhone 6 Plus. And then in February of this year, they did another Kickstarter campaign. And now Moment is kind of like a full-fledged smartphone, glass, and accessory company. They make a couple different lenses. They make these cases that the lens is attached to for most of the popular smartphones that are out today. And Moment reached out to me and they were like, we want to send you some of our new stuff. So I have the wide lens, the Superfish lens, and the macro lens. I've got the phone case, and then I have this little travel pouch as well. And today I'm going to unbox all this stuff and then go around New York City, probably eat some pizza, and test out these lenses with my iPhone. Let's go. So the first lens I'm testing is the 170-degree Superfish lens. It is so wide. I'm going to get pizza right now and I'm going to film just on this lens for now. I'm gonna grab some photos on the way as well. But this test, everything you see until I tell you otherwise, is shot on this Superfish lens. And just to clarify, I'm shooting at 1080-30 because the 60 Mark II doesn't do 4K. Now keep in mind, the iPhone 7 and its singular lens, it has optical image stabilization, but I think because of how wide this is, it looks a little bit more shaky, doesn't it? Also, I totally just realized that I have an Osmo, the DJI Osmo Mobile, that will stabilize phones while you're skateboarding around with them in New York City. So I think it's at home or maybe at the studio, but I'm gonna test out that thing with these Moment lenses. Hopefully it can balance with the added weight and case. This is the pizza spot right here. It's called Emily. I think it's new because there's a sign that says we are now open. My Uncle Steven is kind of the plug when it comes to food in New York City, and you will get my full review of this pizza place as soon as I'm done eating.
All right, so we're gonna get the classic, just regular classic, and then this, it's a pink sauce, vodka sauce, the Jerriere, cherry peppers, onions, and ranch. Next shot will be the pizza. That is the Jerriere. That looks incredible, and then that's the regular pizza. Review coming soon.
That pizza was very good. It kind of reminds me of Roberta's pizza. It's hard to like pick which pizza is better. The cheese on that regular kind of style pizza was unbelievable. The peppers on the vodka sauce pizza were a little bit too spicy for my taste, and the service kind of sucked. It took a while for us to get our water. Usually like they give that to you right away, and then my uncle had asked for a crushed red pepper and he never got it. So service left something to be desired, but the pizza was pretty damn good. That's another pizza place that I'll recommend if you're like, oh Sam, I'm coming to New York City, what should I eat? Eat there. It's called Emily. It's in the West Village. I'm pretty sure there's 2 locations in Brooklyn also. All right, time to test another lens. But before I do that, here's a quick little montage of some of the photos I shot to the pizza place and then on the way back. And yes, I just noticed that my hand was like in the way when I was gripping the phone. When I'm using this super, super, super wide lens, I have to like make sure nothing is in the field of view of the camera because it is really wide. All right, back in the studio. I'm using the regular wide lens, so there's not gonna be as much distortion. I don't think you could see my hand holding the phone right now. I'm gonna go to Washington Square Park, shoot some photos, shoot some more video, keep testing this thing, and let me know what you think. All right, back on the 6D Mark II for a second. Remember before when I was going to get pizza, I was like, oh, I have the DJI Osmo Mobile, but I wasn't sure if I'd be able to balance it. And if you turn it on, watch what happens. The lens weighs too much and it starts to drift and it doesn't balance properly. And I just watched a video on YouTube, Moment put it up actually. They just kind of DIY added a counterbalance to this side. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a stack of quarters and kind of just like stick it to the side to act as a counterbalance to this thing. It's probably not going to work. Okay, so here's the weight. All right, so I added some reinforcement to the edge here, and now it's actually counterbalancing the other way. So if I turn it on, we've got balance. We've definitely got balance. Check that out. That totally, that totally works. It's definitely janky, but that actually works. Wow, did not think that would work. Okay, let's go outside. So now that I'm using the DJI Osmo Mobile, it's gonna be way stable. The sun is totally out right now. The sky is so blue overhead. It is one hell of a gorgeous day here in the greatest city in the world. I'm digging this lens so far, I think better than the Superfish. The Superfish is just so super duper wide. Like, I don't know how often you'll want to go that wide. I think this is a very happy medium. And when I do get to Washington Square Park, I'm gonna show you the difference between, like, I'll take off the Superfish and put it back on so you can see how much wider you get. And then I'll do the same thing with this regular wide lens as well. I don't get to say hi to Jordan. Yo, I got a car 98, let's go. This is Sam Thonis, and that's Jordan Opplinger. They are arguably two of the greatest filmmakers in the entire world, and I say that with confidence. I worked with them at The Verge for years. Yeah, I've definitely talked about both of them before. And Sam Thonis swears by this fidget spinner. It is the Wire Cutter's Choice fidget spinner. What's it called?
It's called the Zen Duo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's nice.
Oh, that's real nice. And what's cool is that it's so small and it only has, like, it's two-sided. It's not three-sided.
It's
so
not like banging against your hand.
Also, that's true too. And it's so small and pocketable. It doesn't take up that much space. How much was this? 10 bucks?
15 bucks.
15 bucks?
Yeah.
Can you unscrew it? Like, take apart the
Yeah,
you can. Take apart the middle.
Yeah, you gotta clean it out sometimes because it gets like particles in there.
Particles.
Kind of friction.
Particles. Wow, that's a nice spin. What does it go for, like 2 minutes?
It actually doesn't last that long.
Okay.
I've compared it to some other ones. It's not, that's not really a selling point. And to be honest, when I first got it, it was like super smooth. I feel like it's picked
Got
up
a little too many particles?
particulate matter in there, yeah.
Particularly particles.
Dropped it in the dirt, so.
Oh, did you really? I like how you carry it around there. You're committed to the fidget life.
Yep, I got a fidget. That's why I got it.
Once a spinner, always a spinner. That was so random. That was really good seeing them. They both work at the Outline now. A lot of Verge employees currently work at Josh Topolsky's The Outline. Really good seeing those guys, and truly they are so super talented with the video camera. All right, Washington Square Park's right here. All right, so I still got the wide lens on here, and now I'm going to show you what the difference is with them and without them. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and face the monument right here, and you can see what happens to the framing. So this is with the wide lens. I'm gonna take it off and you'll see. So watch, like you can kind of see these two buildings. The flag is out there, and this building's like almost all the way to the edge, and then you can still see the top of the monument here. I'm not gonna move the camera, I'm just gonna take this off. And I lost the counterweight, but you're missing the top. You can't even see the American flag. It's way, way more cropped in. And then I'll show you again. Putting the lens on makes things way wide. I'm gonna do the same thing with the super wide lens. You can actually see part of the Osmo Mobile here. So this is how wide the super fisheye lens is. As you can see beyond the flag, beyond this building, way even to the top of this kind of beige building over here. And then I'm gonna take it off so you can see the comparison once more. See what it does to that? Wild, right?
And then there's the macro lens. That is a macro lens. So here's some macro pictures.
So this is the macro lens, that's my eyeball. Video, macro, like unless you're like a biologist or looking at some cells or something, macro lenses are, you know, used for macro purposes. Concluding thoughts on all of this moment gear that I tested today. The wide lens is my favorite out of the three. I think the Superfish is a little bit too wide. There's distortion on the edges, and the macro lens is cool, but sort of a novelty to me. This thing takes an already really great camera and makes it even better by giving you a wider field of view. The lenses are very high quality. I would say up there in the rankings of the best lenses you can buy for your smartphone. And I just want to clarify something. I had said earlier in the video that Moment makes these cases for most of the popular smartphones. It appears they only make cases for iPhones and then the Pixel devices. I cannot find any cases that work with the S8 or S8 Plus. The case is okay. It has this rubber coating on the outside and then this like soft touch. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's not gonna protect your phone from breaking if you drop it, especially with a lens attached to it like this. But it's nice having a case that the lenses screw into rather than an adhesive that you stick to the back of your phone. And this case has a cutout for a strap, but the case doesn't come with a strap. I think that little travel bag, if you're like a Moment hype beast, that's a purchase for you. I didn't use it at all. I don't think I'll ever use that thing. And one quick cool thing about these lenses, so if you look right there, there's a marking right there. That is so you know how to screw the lens on. So you match up the line on the lens with the line on the case, and then you turn it and you're good to go. Are these lenses must have? If you have the money, they're a nice luxury to have. Like I said, I bought one back in the day. If you're in the market for something like this, I would start with the wide lens here. Like I said, it is my favorite out of the bunch, and I think it's a good intro to Moment as a brand. I want to point out a very important thing with the Moment lenses. You cannot use the flash of the phone when you have the Moment lenses on. It completely blocks the flash. Just know that. And I just want to clarify, all of the iPhone footage is at 30 FPS because I recorded in the native camera app. I don't understand why Apple still, after 11 years, maybe with this new iPhone, will be able to record at 24 frames per second natively on the iPhone. But that's why it looks weird, because my timeline is 24 because I based the timeline off the 60 Mark II footage. So if you thought the iPhone footage was a little jittery or weird, that's because it interpreted the 30 frames per second footage into a 24 frames per second timeline. If you're interested in checking out any of this Moment gear, I've left a link in the description below. All right, Chef Squad, you made it to the end of the video. You know what to do. If any of your friends or people you know are looking to buy these Moment lenses, send them this video. And I'm gonna be testing these lenses further on Instagram and Snapchat, so make sure you add me if you haven't yet. And of course, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're somehow not yet already subscribed. Leave your comments down below with any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.